All right, today we're jumping into a classic fairy tale that's all about one really simple question. What does it truly mean to be kind? And as we're about to find out, the answer to that question, well, it has the power to break curses and completely change lives. So our story kicks off right at the edge of this big, ancient forest. We've got three sisters, and what seems like a totally normal, everyday chore, just bringing a meal to their dad, is about to turn into this incredible, mysterious test, and they have no idea what's coming.
Okay, so let's set the scene here. You've got a father who works deep in the woods, and every single day he relies on his daughters to bring him his lunch. It's just a simple, predictable routine. Or, that's what everyone thinks.
And this right here, this one simple request, is the little domino that kicks the whole story off. On this particular day, that job falls to the oldest sister.
So now let's talk about the two older sisters, Catherine and Emily. Each of them is going to take a crack at this journeying into the woods. And as they do, this really strange and dangerous pattern starts to take shape.
Catherine, the oldest, she's the first one to head out. But, well, she gets a little sidetracked by everything in the woods, and before she knows it, the day's almost over, and she is completely, hopelessly lost. The sun starts to go down, and you could just imagine that feeling of panic setting in. And right when she thinks all hope is lost, she stumbles across this tiny, isolated cottage. A man opens the door, offers her a place to stay for the night, but he has this one kind of strange request. Okay, pay attention, because this is a huge moment in the story. She hears him say all of us, right? But she makes a very specific choice. She decides to cook only for the man. She actively ignores these little pairs of glowing eyes watching her from the dark corners of the room. It's a really narrow and honestly, a pretty selfish way to interpret what he said.
So after she gives the man his food, he leads her to a room for the night. She steps inside, the door closes, and poof, she's just gone. Never seen again. So the next day comes around, and the second sister, Emily, she heads out. She's trying to find Catherine and bring her dad his lunch. But get this, her journey is an exact copy of her sister's. It's like déjà vu. She gets lost, she finds the same cottage, she gets the same instructions, and she makes the exact same selfish choice. And just like Catherine, she disappears.
Okay, so now both older sisters are gone, it's up to the youngest sister. And for her, this isn't just about delivering lunch anymore. No way! This has turned into a full-on rescue mission.
Her parents are, you can imagine, absolutely terrified. They're warning her about some ferocious animal lurking in the woods. But for the youngest sister, the thought of losing her family is way scarier than any monster. She is absolutely determined. Nothing's going to stop her. And it's almost like destiny is pulling her along this same path. She gets lost as the woods get darker, and sure enough, just like her sisters, she ends up right at the doorstep of that mysterious cottage. The stage is totally set for the final test.
This is it. This is the moment everything has been building towards. The youngest sister is facing the exact same test that made her sisters disappear. The fate of her entire family is riding on what she does next.
The man opens the door, and he gives her the exact same request. The words are the same. The cottage looks the same. Those little eyes are still watching from the shadows. Everything is identical. But the way she sees things, that's about to change everything. And boom, here it is, the big difference. Her sisters just saw a simple chore. But the youngest sister, she saw it as a test of her character. When she heard all of us, she didn't just hear the man. She understood it to mean every single living thing in that room. She took it as a call for real generosity.
And you know what? That simple act of kindness, of including everyone, does not go unnoticed. The man acknowledges it right away, and he's super specific about it. He points out that she fed not just him, but his pets, too. Her choice mattered, and he saw it.
So that one tiny decision, to look past just the obvious and show compassion for everyone, that was the key. It was the key that unlocked the whole mystery of the cottage and changed her entire life forever. Can you even imagine? She goes to sleep in this tiny, dark cottage, and when she wakes up the next morning, it's gone. Instead, she's in this gorgeous, luxurious room inside a massive, beautiful palace. The world has literally completely transformed around her. Then, the man from the cottage shows up, but he's totally different too, and he reveals the big secret. He's actually a prince, and those animals, they were his royal servants. The whole lot of them were trapped by this powerful curse. And see, here's the kicker. The The spell wasn't just some random evil curse. It was a test. It was designed with a very specific loophole. It could only be broken by someone whose kindness was so real, so genuine, that it included all living things, not just other people.
The prince is, of course, overjoyed, and he asks her to marry him. But even then, her first thought isn't about herself. It's about her family. She immediately asks, "Where are my sisters?" And he has to tell her the bad news. Because they were so selfish, they were sent to work in a dark coal mine.
But right away, he makes her a huge promise. He tells her, if you marry me, I will make sure your whole family is reunited. Your sisters will be freed from that mine, and your parents will be brought right here to the palace for the wedding. Think about that. Her one single act of kindness ends up saving absolutely everyone.
So in the end, this whole fairy tale really leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? It makes you wonder, what if the most powerful magic in the world isn't about spells and magic wands at all? What if it's found in those simple, quiet choices we make every day? The ones where we decide to look beyond ourselves and just be kind,